Hi, boys and girls. I thought I would do one more story before we end our school year. And because it's been so nice these past couple of days, it always makes me think of the beach. So I thought I would choose a book, Duck and Goose Go to the Beach. It is an AR test. It's by Tad Hills. But I thought as our last kind of wrap up our year together to have one more book that we can share together. So, Duck and Goose Go to the Beach by Tad Hills. Don't you just love it here, Duck? Goose honked. The two friends relaxed in the early morning sun and listened to the hum of the meadow. Butterflies flitted and grass swished in the breeze. Yes, I do, Duck agreed. Let's never leave, said Goose. Suddenly, Duck jumped up. You just gave me the greatest idea, Goose, he quacked. Let's leave. Let's go away. What? Goose honked. Oh, away? Let's take a trip? Goose gulped. A trip? A trip sounds far away. I like close. We could go on an adventure, Duck said. An adventure? That sounds scary, Goose said. Come on, Goose. A hike might be fun, Duck quacked. A hike, said Goose? That sounds like a fun way to twist your ankle. Duck sighed. He gazed across the meadow toward a distant hill and began walking. Goose followed. I will walk, but I will not hike, he grumbled. Why would anyone want to leave this meadow, Goose wondered aloud. It has everything right here, like this stump, this hollow log, our ball, of course, the lily pond, and don't forget the shady thicket. And Duck and Goose floated along a stream they've never floated along before. They walked by a pile of stones they've never walked before, and they passed the biggest tree they had ever seen. They walked across fields and up and down hills. By the time Goose reached the top of the highest hill, Duck was already gazing off into the distance. What's that? He quacked. You can see the ocean in the distance. Could it be the beach? Goose honked. Duck's tail twitched with excitement. Oh, I'm pretty sure I love the beach. Have you been to the beach? Asked Goose. No, not yet, said Duck, and he took off down the hill. Follow me, Goose. We are going to the beach. Goose chased after Duck. But Duck, we had already had our adventure, he called. Wait, he shouted. Slow down, he honked. But Duck did not slow down. Goose followed him through the brambles and tall grass until finally Duck stopped. I think we have arrived at the beach, said Duck. Oh my, the beach is loud, yelled Duck over the sound of the waves. I can barely hear my own quack. Goose stared at the vast stretch of sky, sand, and sea. Isn't it magnificent, he said. Oh dear, the beach has so much water, quacked Duck. I feel very tiny. Have you ever seen so much sand, honked Goose. It's getting in my feathers, and it's too hot on my feet, said Duck. Let's go. Go swimming? Good idea, Duck, said Goose, and he raced to the water's edge. No, Goose, wait for me, said Duck. Duck dipped his hot feet in the water. Goose, you know these waves are very... And before he could finish, the wave came and knocked them both over. These waves are very fun? Is that what you were going to say, Duck? Honked Goose. And Goose, no, not exactly, as he sat there in the sand with seaweed all over him. The two friends strolled along the beach. They met the locals. Some were friendly, Others not so much, and there was a crab coming up the beach. Some were shy, like a clam. Others were not, like a seagull, squawking at them. Goose thought Duck might enjoy searching for sea creatures under the rocks and seaweed, but he did not. "Be careful, Goose. You don't know what's in there," Duck quacked, and you can see there's starfishes. They built a drip castle, and they listened to the gentle roar of the ocean from deep within a seashell. It made Duck homesick. "Sounds like our gurgling stream," he quacked. Later in the day, when the sand had cooled and the waves had settled, Duck and Goose relaxed. "I like the smell of the beach," Goose said. "Me too," Duck agreed, "but not as much as the meadow." "Well, there's no place like the meadow," honked Goose. "That's very true," said Duck. So, in the late afternoon, Duck and Goose followed their long shadows home. They talked about their exciting day and about the friends they'd met. They talked about the hot sand and the cool water, the noisy crashing waves, and the quiet sand pools. Tidal pools. And back in the meadow at last, they watched the sunset. Birds sang and the grass swished in the breeze. They both agreed that it was nice to be home. "Duck, where should we go next?" Goose asked. And Duck just closed his eyes and he said, "How about going to sleep?" The end. So, as we're coming to the end of our school year and summer looms ahead, everyone have a great summer, and hopefully we'll see everyone back again in September. Bye-bye.